Welcome, 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 Halito. And I know that I am doing one of these randoms, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? We had a couple of breaking news in the last couple of days, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Um, for those who know that I'm a truck driver, so some of the times it's very hard for me to come on, especially dealing with different areas. Okay, because I deal with depending where I'm at in the country, you're dealing with poor reception. So so just bear with me, family. Um just depending on where I be at, sometimes you have to deal with, like I was telling you guys, you're dealing with that very hard with poor perception, poor reception. Ghetto child in the house. Ghetto child in the house. The clinic in the house. Halito family. Halito. And the chief is coming on with a little bit something different today. I want of course you guys know the verdict is in on R.Kelly. They gave our brother R.Kelly they gave him 30 years. They gave him 30 years. What up, big dog Philly in the house? Halito, it is so great to see the big dog Philly in the chat. I hope you're doing well, family. I hope all is well for you and your family. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's so great. It's a beautiful day in Texas. I'm at the Texas borderline, heading into Arkansas. So, like I said, just really bear with me on the reception. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying. I think I'm in a good enough reception at least to do this live. You know what I'm saying? Prince of Petty. Yeah, I mean they gave him 30 years, and you give Mrs. Maxwell, she gets 20 years. Mrs. Maxwell, Galenson Maxwell, who has dealt with Jeffrey Epstein, Jeffrey Epstein, received 20 years for child trafficking. 20 years for child trafficking. It's I have always told people, you have to understand that we are not on the same playing field. And whether we do good in our life, whether we do bad in our life, we are not on the same playing field, Aborigine people. You're not. You may want to believe that, but you're not. Mrs. Ghislaines Maxwell received 20 years, who was convicted of conspiracy with Jeffrey Epstein to recruit and groom, abuse underage girls. Okay, and they were also abusing these women. Okay, they're giving R. Kelly 30 years. 30 years. Blue Rain in the house. All respect to you, Blue Rain. Halito is Kelly 30 from the feds. I really don't know. I know the information that has been linked out there. He's going to be 80 years old. He's going to be in his 80s before he get out of jail. This is not good for R. Kelly. We got Mind's Eye in the house. Halito to you. We got that boy that man, Real Live TV in the house. Real Live TV is in the house. Shout out to you, brother. It's so good to see you. We got Blue in the house. We got Blue in the house. We got the strong arm Blue in the house. It is what it is. It's so great to see you guys. And I keep trying to tell my people about the differences of the laws. The differences, how laws are when you're not a nationality. When you're not a nationality, you have to understand that you are not on the same playing field as your oppressor. Now, these people were trafficking young people to other countries. They were out there sex slaving, trafficking. And this woman she's in conspiracy with Jeffrey Epstein. And there's all the proof against Jeffrey Epstein and Mrs. Maxwell. But when we talk about what's going on, okay, when we're talking about what's going on, and we're talking about R.Kelly. Now, we all know R.Kelly is sleazy, and he deserved to be, he deserved some of the things that he got, okay? Okay, there's a R.Kelly in every city. I remember when I was young. I remember when I was in high school. And I remember the time when I wanted to date certain girls. I couldn't even date certain girls because you had these sleazy guys out here who was like 25, 26 years old, hanging around the schools, picking up young girls because they had a job, and us seniors and juniors, we didn't have a job. They had a job, they had a lot of money, and they had nice cars. So a lot of the girls at my school would go with that old guy like R.Kelly. And I want people to understand this, that there are many R.Kellys out here in the world. Many that still exist. R.Kelly just happened to be one of the ones that was stupid and got caught. R.Kelly just one of the ones that was stupid and got caught, because R.Kelly could have been caught a long time ago. Okay? He could have been caught a long time ago, and I want people to understand that they build cases on you. They will let you drag things out. They will set you up, and they will get your ass eventually. That's just how it is. So it's not a matter. It's just what we're talking about on the same playing field. R. Kelly and the things that he done, and that we don't know what he done. But we know what Miss Maxwell and Jeffrey Epstein was doing. We know. And I want you guys to understand this. So how did she get 20 years, and how do R. Kelly get 30 years? How did she get 20 years, and how do R. Kelly get 30 years? It's a damn shame. I'm going to read some of these comments. If this isn't proof that there's a war between man and woman, yes, this has been going on. And I want you guys to understand that they've been trying to take down our powerful men for years. They have been trying to take down our most powerful men for years. Bill Cosby, Michael Jackson, now R. Kelly. Okay, they have been trying to take down some of our powerful men for a very long time, and they're not going to stop with these guys. They're not going to stop with them. Okay, I don't know if R. Kelly did any of these crimes. It's allegedly that R. Kelly did half of these things. We can only assume that he did some of these things. I was not there, and some of these parents, if R. Kelly is being convicted, some of these parents need to be convicted too. We never talk about the parents. We never talk about how the parents have sold their children's soul. We never talk about how the parents allowed their children, their daughters, to go over and play with R. Kelly. How many sane parents will allow their 14-year-olds, their 15-year-olds, or their 16-year-old girls go with R. Kelly, knowing who R. Kelly is? How many of them, if you thought that Michael Jackson was a pedophile, if you thought that Michael Jackson was a pedophile, why would you bring your children to Michael Jackson? Why would you bring your children to a so-called pedophile who loves kids? Nobody talks about the parents. Nobody talks about the parents being in these situations where they bring these young people in that situation. We never talk about the guy with the Playboy bunnies, all these old white men who have been messing with these young girls who have been sex trafficking for many years. We don't talk about these things. We don't talk about these old white men. We don't even talk about Nicholas, The guy who played on Charlie Sheen. We don't talk about Charlie Sheen giving multiple women HIV. We don't talk about Charlie Sheen giving multiple. He's still not in jail. Charlie Sheen gave allegedly multiple women HIV, but we still don't hear nothing from that. He has went around giving multiple women HIV. See, when the white man does the demonic work, they get a pass. And when it comes down to people that look like you and me, they don't get a pass because you're not on the same playing field. You don't have a nationality. You're not recognized. You're not recognized, family. You're not recognized. When you don't have a nationality and you're going around as being black and you're calling yourself African American. Yeah, Kevin Spacey. Nobody talks about how Kevin Spacey was messing around with little white boys. How he was fooling around with little white boys. Nobody talks about that. How many little children that have been molested? How many child actors that have been molested? Nobody talks about these things. And they get away with it. They get away with it. They've been messing around. Now, there's one guy that we don't talk about. We don't talk about surviving Stokes. We don't talk about surviving Stokes. The guy who was messing around with immature. And he's a black guy, and we don't talk about how do he get away with it. All them little molesting them boy groups. How long is he's gonna get away with that? And there's a lot of things we don't talk about that in show business, in Hollywood, all the cover-ups, all the cover-ups, all the demonic things that are happening in Hollywood. Aborigine people, we have no place in their Hollywood. You believe that you get your sons and your daughters in rap and in singing and music, and they got to sell a soul to the devil just to be noticed in this world. And I'm not talking about Jesus and the devil. I'm talking about religion. There's a different demonic thing. There's reptilians out here that are drinking the blood of our young children, that are catching young children in sacrifice. There's an underworld out here that nobody wants to talk about, that these reptilians are sucking the bloods of our young people. There's so many missing young folks out here that nobody likes to talk about. So many young people that are missing, young women, young men, even some of our older women are being missing. And I want people to understand this. There's a lot of things that are going on behind the scene that nobody really wants to talk about. And some of these ministers are involved in it too. These so-called non-profit organization are these pastors. They are part of it too. And see, a lot of people don't talk about these things because, these guys have gotten exposed over the years. Anytime a child can't even go to his pastor or go to the priest without them molesting him. There's a lot of these things that are going on. Many of these white men are getting away with crimes against nature. A lot of these white women are getting away with crimes against nature. But when a brother like R.Kelly get out there and he's allegedly, because none of these things are factual, these are basically opinions. We don't know what R.Kelly done. These are allegations that we don't know. And in this day in society, anybody can accuse people. Shout out to Keith Graham. Just like Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson, once Deshaun Watson wanted to leave the Houston Texans, the owner of the Houston Texans allegedly got pissed off and son white women after him. Son massage therapist to come say that he sexual advanced him, Now, that was his word against their word. And guess what? Now Deshaun Watson's name is destroyed from hearsay. Not the fact that anybody was there. You can actually say an allegation towards somebody and somebody can actually get in trouble. You got to watch how you deal with people, because they got women out here that are being paid to set your ass up. There's women out here that are paid when you get top dollars and you are a celebrity. There are women out here ready to set your ass up. I'm not saying R.Kelly didn't do some of these things, because I know for sure Aaliyah was too young. I know damn well Aaliyah was too young. And I knew that one time, I knew back when I was young, I knew R.Kelly was doing some weird shit. But also, we never taken accountability that the fact that R.Kelly was also molested himself. He was molested by a man and a woman. And a lot of people don't understand the damages in our community. We don't talk about these things. And they always say hurt people love to hurt people. Johnny Depp also. We don't like to talk about these things. We don't like to talk about these things because guess what? It's a little. So I think a lot of people don't like to talk about it because they pedophiles themselves. Some people don't like to talk about it because it make them uncomfortable because they might be pedophiles themselves. And they got pedophiles all across the. They're everywhere. They're everywhere. Everywhere you turn, there's a pedophile. And some pedophiles do not. They know that shit hurt. It's just like having somebody preach to you and you know they talking to you. And I want people to understand this, indigenous people, that because you don't have a nationality, it's hard for you to fight and be recognized. It's hard for you to fight and be recognized. I knew what R. Kelly was doing. I was 10 years old, and it was public knowledge. And they wait all these years. They could have been convicted R. Kelly. They could have been convicted R. Kelly. They are doing it now because he had power. They didn't give a damn about him messing with young people. Don't you know that they don't give a damn about children? They just want, when they see a brother get powerful, that's just like Bill Cosby. They could have caught Bill Cosby ass many years ago. They could have caught Bill Cosby was doing some of the shit that he was doing. They would have caught him years ago. But when a man of color gets powerful, they will only let you go too far. See, a white man can do so many things before he can be convicted of anything. He can drag on many rings, many sex rings, many trafficking, do all kinds of things, and he still takes years and years of conviction. But they'll let a person of color hang themselves. They'll let a person, they know if they would have got Bill Cosby back then, they wouldn't have him for the long run. They know if they would have got R. Kelly back then they wouldn't have him for the long run. It's all about money and power. It's all about money and power to reduce and I want people to understand, and I was just telling 504 Indigenous Warrior that I'm pro-life. I have always been pro-life. I don't believe in abortions. But the only reason why the white folks are cheering for abortion is because they know they're trying to force their own white women to have babies. Because white women are on a decline when it comes down to white babies. They are in tragedy with white women right now. White men are not having babies with white women on a large scale. And this is the reason why they don't have a goddamn thing to do with us. Our people never was aborting our children. They put Planned Parenthood to reduce us from making babies because they know in the next couple of years, they won't exist. So this is a way for them to force their own women to have babies. This is a way for them to force their own women to populate. But as long as they women keep mixing with our men, they are going to be pissed off. And I want people to understand this. They are killing off their own race. So when you think that the Republicans and the Republicans are on your side, the Democrats are on your side, there's always an agenda. There's always an agenda. They're using you to get votes. They're using you. You're not the people who are dying in the population. In the next couple of years, Latinos and blacks will own America. And they are fearful of that possibility. So they have to deal with the fact that they got to make laws to force their women to have babies. And they talked about this years ago. They talked about this years ago. Because a black woman outnumbers white women in abortions in average. And that's in the average, but when we go on there, that didn't happen until recent, when they allowed us to abort these Planned Parenthoods. But when you do the statistics, white women are not having babies also, brother. White women are not having babies on a national average. Even though our women are aborting our children at a higher rate, we still have more children than they do. And we are still having more babies than they are having babies. White women are not having babies with white men. They're having babies with other people. They're not having babies. They're having babies with Tiger Woods. They're having babies with black men. They're having babies with foreign men. But they're not having babies with white men. You got to do the research, and you will understand why they want these other countries, these white countries, these European countries to come to America. This is the reason why they are trying to protect some of these white countries. They don't want Haiti to come to America. They don't want Haitians to come to America. I want people to understand that. They don't want people of color to be in America. They want people like Ukraine to be in America. They want more white women in America because they are losing out, family. And this is a problem in the white race. The white race are struggling in survival. Prince of Petty, that is not true. It won't matter if it did. But 65% of abortions are performed on white women. And I think I saw that true, and I agree with you. I do agree with you, my brother. White women are, and I'm telling you, white women are. How you doing, Ken folks? Thomas is in the house. Salute to you, Thomas. I do agree with you, family, because they are going through a crisis. And Jane Elliott spoke on this years ago. Jane Elliott spoke on this years ago about white women not having babies at a long rate. And the more that they keep mixing with people of color, the more that they're dying themselves out. The more that they keep mixing with people of color, the more they're dying out, and the more they're hurting us also. Because they are hurting us for survival. They need our melanated women for survival. And I want people to understand this. For survival. And we have to understand the things that are going on. R.Kelly is not going to be the only one. R.Kelly is not going to be the only one. And I want you guys to understand this. The laws are not going to protect R.Kelly. He has no nationality. The laws are not going to give R.Kelly a break. He does not exist in a system. He does not exist in a system. You really believe that the laws are fighting for you. You really believe that you are on the same playing field when you're not, family. And I'm not trying to be ugly, but we have too many so-called African Americans that are Aborigine that are so delusional. We got brothers and sisters that believe that we are on the same playing field and that we are on the same playing field and that it's a fair game. Yes, most of the time it's always going to be our own people bashing our own people. Most of the time because we're programmed to bash our own people. And we don't understand that there are white people who've done some of the same heinous crimes and they get lesser penalties. Shout out to the greedy vegan in the house. And white people get lesser penalties for doing the same heinous crimes. The common laws was never on our side. And you guys want to talk about these amendments, the 14, you believe that the laws, these amendments are for you and all this other stuff and all that. No. Gun laws was for you. The gun laws was for you. They didn't even have that amendment law until your people was fighting, until the Black Panthers were fighting to protect our neighborhoods, until we got tired of them coming in our neighborhoods and harassing and beating our people. Then we started picking up guns against the government, guns against the police officers. The NRA was represented by our people, not their people. And then white people got a part of that because white people had no needs for guns. They was not the ones in fear of their life. The blacks had to get guns. The NRA was for us, not for nobody else. It was to defend our people from protection of government. To protect us from the government, protect us from the police officers that was slaughtering and beating and raping our women. And I want people to understand that. Because you all believe that you're on the playing field. You're not. I be hearing people talk about laws all the time, and I agree with a lot of things. Some of the laws was our laws. They took a lot of our things and they used it against us. I do agree. But at some time, we got to be realistic, family. At some time, we got to understand that certain things just don't apply to us. And we just got to realize that they allow us in their parties. They allowed us in their politics. They allow us in something that did not belong to us, that we are fighting to be a part of something. We are fighting to be equal when we're not equal. The great Martin Luther King stated this many years ago, that he wished that he didn't lead his people into slaughter. The great Martin Luther King really was thinking before his last days about how he led his people into captivity and how he felt he wronged his own people. And we just don't get it, family. We just don't get it. Because we believe that it's fair ground. We believe that this nation is our land. This land is our land. This land is your land. It's been our land. We just don't know it. It's nobody else's land but our land. It's stolen land. It has always been our land. Reclassification is a fool. They will only let you go so far in this world. Wendy Williams had to learn the hard way. Wendy Williams had to learn the hard way. She really believed that she was higher than other blacks. And right now, Wendy Williams understanding that she is a Negro. She's just another Negro. And you guys got to understand that they're going to only let you go so far in your careers, in your life. They can dictate everything that you do. Just because you got money don't mean shit to them. Money does not mean shit to them because they give it to you and they'll take it back from you. Many powerful people don't understand that. That's why Oprah Winfrey has to kiss their ass. This is why Oprah Winfrey keeps her circle with white people. She keeps a circle of white people around her because she knows that she can that what they gave her, they can take it away. In a nick of a dime, all the wealth that you have, they can take it away because you have no nationality. You going by the name African American. That does not exist. You going by the name black. That does not exist. In the cyber nation, it does not exist. Aboriginal, hold your own money. These banks are corrupted. Yes. And our ancestors used to, you remember your grandmother, your grandfather, they would hide money in the barn. They would hide money, in the rooms. Old Granny had ways of hiding money. They never dealt with banks. They never dealt with banks. Our people was not dealing with banks. And we kept a little money here and kept a little money there, unless we had our own banks, because, there were many Wall Streets across this America. They talk about Tulsa, Oklahoma, but they don't talk about all the other Wall Streets, because that's what Roswell was, a Wall Street. Texas had a Wall Street. Louisiana had a Wall Street. New York had a Wall Street. Wall Streets was all across the country. But the one that they recognize is Tulsa. You guys got to understand they have covered up this nation. You just finding out about Juneteenth. I'm not excited about no damn Juneteenth. I'm sorry, and you guys can get pissed off with me. I am not excited about holidays. They are not giving you anything but a holiday and some statues. They give you holidays and some statues and some street names. They give you holidays, statues, and street names. But you don't have your acres in land. You don't have your 5 acres in a mule. You don't have land. When are they gonna give you your land back? You demand too low. You accept the low shit that they give you. You accept the low shit that they give you. You accept the things that they give you because you're low quality. Master gave me this. Master gave me a little something, and you're not proud. You're proud to celebrate and drink and have a party. That's what you're proud of. Some of you guys gonna be out there on the 4th of July. Instead of going out there on the 4th of July, go out there and buy and invest in melanated stores. Don't go into no European stores on the 4th of July. Won't you make your people rich on that Monday? Make your people rich on that Monday. Don't make these white folks rich. Make your people rich. There's so many people of color that have their own businesses that you can go spend your money to. So make that your 4th of July agenda. to make your people great again. Because obviously you don't know how great they are. Rather than sitting your ass down and eating barbecue. Rather than sitting your ass down and popping fireworks. Rather than sitting around with just sitting here talking about how great America is, when America has not been great to you. America has done nothing but take from their own people, from the original inhabitant of this land. They have doing nothing but take, steal. And who wants to celebrate that? When you was a child, you think like a child. You did childish things. When you're a man, you grow up to be a man. When you're a female, that's a girl, you turn to be a woman. You grow to be a woman, so you do woman things. You do manly things. So I want to give the example of Miss Maxwell and the example of R.Kelly, and they're not on the same playing field. If you believe that the court system see you as a human being, they have told you that they don't even see you as a human being. I have videos of the white man on Fox News calling up saying that he donate money to black people to abort their children. He donate money, resources to keep these places so our women can abort their children, because he said we need to slow down the black race. This is his words. Shout out to Monique Hill. We need to slow down these people of color. And you out here aborting your people, aborting your children. Now I know I'm against I have it's a difference if somebody rape you. I know it's a difference if somebody rape you. But they got so many people out here that can't have children. They got men and women who cannot have children, would love to have that child. I know we go through traumas. I'm just a pro-life person. I'm a pro-life person. I don't believe in abortion. I never have. I've just got to be real with you guys. Now, each is their own. Some of you guys had to abort your child. I can't force. I always believe it's a woman's choice. I always will believe a woman's body is a woman's body. I have no control. It's just my opinion that I believe that women should keep their babies, especially people of melanated descent. Especially people of melanated descent. I want people to understand that. Margaret Singer. And a lot of people don't understand these. Do you think that anytime they give you something free, anytime they give you something free, whether it's vaccinations, rather than putting abortion centers on the corners in the neighborhoods where black people live. Shout out to Rainstorm, the most honorable Rainstorm. Anytime they give you something for free, you got to question it. When America gives you something free, you have to question that, family. There's always an agenda when America gives you something free. That is welfare, that is food stamps. They gave our women welfare and food stamps in the 70s so you can drop your husbands like a bad habit. Order for you to receive government assistance, the man couldn't stay in the house. Order for you to receive government assistance, the man can't be in the house because they don't want balance. They don't want stability. They want separation between the man and the woman. So while we sitting up here and some of these, I can understand people who have medical problems and they have to abort because of medical problems. And I can understand rape victims. I can understand rape victims. But what I don't understand, I come from an era when you laid in your bed, you old enough to have children, you old enough to have sex, you want to play like a man, you want to play like a woman, but then you don't want to have the responsibilities that come after it. You don't want to deal. You love sex. You want to be a grown man and you want to be a grown woman. You want to have sex. Section 8. You want to have sex, but you don't want to know. You don't want to have what comes after sex. There are many Americans that have been born out of wedlock. And many of them were successful men and women. What would have happened if they would have been aborted? So I would never side with the Democrats on aborting life. Because the day they keep aborting life is the day that they're gonna kill us off as a nation of people. I want you guys, the more our women are not having babies, the more we will not be able to populate. And I'm telling you right now, y'all better watch it, because I'm telling you, they are doing this not for our people. They are doing this for their people. Because the white, because Molly, Becky are not having babies. Molly and Becky are not having babies, family. Molly and Becky and Sue, they're not having babies. They're not producing babies. And time is running out on the white man and woman. The more that Becky sleeps, with other race of people, the more they are creating elimination for their people. Shout out to the we got the hawk in the house. We got the hawk in the house. And we got Bronze. We got that brother Bronze. And they trying to diminish the American Indian. They are trying to diminish we are a problem for everybody. We are a problem for everybody. Whether you like it or not, we are a problem. They talk in secrecy about us on ways to eliminate us. This is what Bill Gates and them do. They talk secretly on how they're going to kill us off. And they put more guns in our community. They go into the poorest areas and our people kill each other. They when they talk about drain the swamp, they are actually draining the communities. And what they're doing, the lack of jobs, the depending on government, and what happens is the children suffer. The children suffer. And what happens when you put a lion against the wall? That lion begins to fight back. That lion gets hungry. That lion becomes a predator. That lion becomes, if you don't feed that lion the meat that it wants, it becomes that predator. And it looks for its prey. And we are lions that are ready to be let out of the cage. Aborigine people, R.Kelly is just the beginning. R.Kelly is just the beginning. And if we don't get ourselves together, we're going to be just like R. Kelly in many ways of them trying to lock us back up. They're trying, if they can change the laws against abortion, they will look out for the next laws that they're going to be able to change. And the next laws are going to be reversing segregation, and they're going to be reversing a lot of things. And trust me, we are better off with each other. We are better off with each other. We are better off with each other, family. I'm tired of hearing about the division and the divide when it comes down to our community. I'm just so tired. I'm tired, family. I'm tired. I'm tired of all the division when it comes down to our family. We always make excuses on why we can't be great. We make many excuses on why we can't be great. And the only people that are holding us down is us. The only people that are holding us down is us. It's sad because R. Kelly was molested by his sister. The man is traumatized. R. Kelly was also molested by his sister and by a man. There was a man that lived in the neighborhood who also molesting R. Kelly. R. Kelly was molested by a man and a woman. R. Kelly was, there's a lot of this problem going on. A lot of people, people who've been molested, normally, it becomes a trend. And R. Kelly never got the help that he needed. And all that music that you guys hear him singing and all that, you see him on the good side, but you don't never think about what's happening in the inside. Once you're sick, you're sick. And he never helped his sickness. And I'm not gonna ever low blow on the sisters, some of the sisters that he raped, that he molested, or allegedly. We don't know. I don't know if he did any of these things. But if he did do some of these things to these women, he deserved his punishment. But I don't believe he deserved 30 years. And you're giving a white woman 20 years for sex trafficking. The white woman was going around snatching young children. Jeffrey Epstein and the white woman was going around snatching young girls, taking them from other countries. Sex trafficking. And she gets 20 years. Instead of the system getting help, they'll rather lock him up. And like I said this, they could have been got R. Kelly. They could have got R. Kelly when Aaliyah when he was messing around with Aaliyah. They could have got R. Kelly. R. Kelly could have got rehabilitated way back then. They didn't want to rehabilitate R. Kelly. They want to ruin R. Kelly. And Michael Jackson the same way. Michael Jackson, allegedly did things to boys and girls, but we don't know if he did any of these things. We don't know if he did any of these things. 504 Indigenous Warrior in the house. We don't know if he did any of these heinous crimes. We don't know that. But we do know that their parents were taking their children to Michael Jackson. We do know that their parents were taking their children to R. Kelly. The Great Lakes. The Duke of the Great Lakes in the house. He had plenty of opportunity to heal his trauma. There's no excuse now, and I agree with you, because I don't defend people who do what R. Kelly has done. I don't. And all I can sit here and tell you that there are many R. Kellys out here. I told you when I was young and going through high school, I told you guys, I seen when there were girls that I had a crush on, I couldn't even go on and get with them because they had old dudes coming in they cutlass, picking up the young girls at the school. R.Kelly ain't the only one. R.Kelly just got caught. There were many R.Kellys when I was coming up going to school. Some was 31 years old waiting for high school girls. Some was 35 years old, 25 years old waiting for high school girls to get out. And they was giving them Popeye's chicken. They was giving them Popeye's chicken. They was giving them some Burger King. They was giving just to wet their little stuff up. They were just to wet them up. They would give them some Popeye's chicken, or maybe some Church's chicken. There were many R. Kellys, and some are here right now to this day. Some of these cat daddies, some of these pedophiles are still going around today. And I don't see none of y'all trying to get their ass locked up, because we have a culture of covering shit up because we think that's normal. Now, when there was a white girl on TikTok, and this white girl was showing her breasts to these young children. These little boys was drinking tequila. White little boys was in the pool drinking tequila. And she was showing, a grown woman was showing her breasts. Now, that would have been a man, and he would have gotten the pool, and he was showing his nuts to a bunch of girls. We got the big chief peacock in the house, you heard me? Now, that would have been a guy taking his shirt off, showing, rubbing on himself around a bunch of girls. Oh, they would have got his ass. They would have got his ass in a quickness. But this white girl showed her breasts, and they were giving alcohol to minors. Now, these little boys were 10, 11, and 12 years old. And all I could see was the men and the women talking about that's their dream. That is nice. That is, y'all shouldn't make a big deal out of that. But you don't understand that what you're doing is you are developing young predators. You are developing young predators. You don't think that you think it's cute. You think it's okay when it's not okay. Because it's a boy doing it. Then a boys will be boys. But we are getting our boys can't play like that. Our boys cannot do that. Because our boys would be locked up with the quickness. We don't have the same. We're not on the same playing field. We don't have the same privileges as the white man do. Charlie Sheen running around giving HIV to multiple women. Is he locked up? Is that man locked up? Have y'all even heard about Charlie Sheen anymore? But you believe that you are on the same playing field. A lot of us don't condone the behavior of R. Kelly. We're just saying that why they are not doing the same to the white people as they do to the black people, the so-called black people. And that's all we're saying. They got wicked people of color. They got wicked people of color. They even got some people of color drinking blood with the reptilians. that have been converted over to the reptilians. Why you think Jesse Lee Peterson is out there? He's on house arrest. God damn it, he's on house arrest. He's on house arrest, family. He get to be in the comforts of his home, R.E., in the house. He get to be in a comfortable setting of his house. Make it make sense, family. He can sit around after giving HIV to multiple women as long as he don't leave his house. But you don't hear none of that story about Charlie Sheen no more. They've been keeping it quiet because they got the haves and the have-nots of the world. We are not on the same playing field. You don't have privilege. You don't have privilege, family. The laws are not written for you, family. Some of you guys want to be a Republican. The Republican Party was originated for people of color. The Republican Party was the party of people of color. Melanated people, Aborigine people were Republicans. The Democrat Party was the party of the KKK. As time went on, they flipped party. The longtime Democrats went over to the Republican Party. The longtime Democrats, who them old motherfuckers, switch parties on your ass. That party was the reason why they came up with the Republican Party was because the black people was not allowed to get in the Democrat Party. We were not allowed in the Democrat Party. So I don't know how half of you guys became Democrats. I don't know how you became a damn Democrat. And these same Democrats are holding our people down. And you think you're doing better converting over to being a conservative. The great Donald Trump, y'all great white hope, Donald Trump was a long-time Democrat. His daddy was a long-time Democrat. The same way Joe Biden, a long-time Democrat, the same man who incarcerated our people. The same man who incarcerated, who locked up, who came up with crime bills against our people, treason against our people. Lisa Lee in the house. We got Mr. Evans in the house while you sitting up there, while some of you uppity, conservative, so-called melanin black males who sitting up here talking about how great the conservative is. And these are not the same Republicans that we knew when we were coming up. These are not the same Republicans. When Ronald Reagan and all of them switched parties, Ronald Reagan was a Democrat before he became a Republican. First he was a Republican, Democrat who became an independent and became a Republican. While you all feeling high and mighty and thinking that you can be a part of a party. A party that does not invite you in. A party that you were never invited to. A party that was never from Jim. That's why I call it from KKK to Jim Crow. Jim Crow to KKK. When are you going to get your own party? The only government elections you should be voting in is for mayor and for judges, lawyers, councilmen, people that has to do with your city. Because anything in the lower section is more important than anything in the higher section. Your vote does not count in the higher section. Anything that has to do with you, if you want to change laws, if you want to change laws, you have to deal in the lower section and not the higher section. You see George W. Bush, who all them years he was fighting hard for the Republicans, and all of a sudden he's laying on Obama and and Obama's wife Michelle. All of a sudden they all hugged up like they are lovers, like they love each other, because they're the same fucking people. They are related to each other allegedly by blood. You see them they really get along. The Obamas in the Bushes. The Obamas in the Bushes. The Obama in the Bushes. They really love each other. They really, really love each other. And because you don't have a nationality, because you refuse to do your genealogy, and you really believe that you are so accepted across this world called Turtle Island, across this continent called Turtle Island, you believe that you're accepted. Why do you want to be in their parties in the first place? Why do you want to be accepted by them who don't accept you? You still want to be accepted by Africans. You're still trying to be accepted by Africans. Oh, I might be from the tribe in Nigeria. I'm from Ghana. Motherfucker, you ain't from no Ghana or Nigeria. And none of them claim your ass. None of them claim your ass. Because I'm going to tell you this. And I'm going to say this once again. Because I have said this on many occasions. If you are related to me in Africa, and I got a brother and sister in Africa, they are my cousins, if they my family or whoever it is, why you ain't come get my ass? Why you ain't come get my ass? Why you let the white man come get me and put me on them slave ships? Why when I ask you about the slave trade, you don't know shit about it? Why when I ask you about the Atlantic slave trade, you don't know nothing about it? Because Africans don't know you. All skin folks ain't kin folks. You guys are so gullible to believe that all people are linked to each other from the color of their skin. You think because we got Aboriginals in Australia that look similar to us, but we're not them people. In every island across the country, every island, every continent, every country, there are people of color. Don't ever believe what they have told you, because and ask them the question, since they want to bring roots. You can find the Titanic. You can find pirate ships. And you can only find one ship that was in Alabama. I want to ask you one question. America records everything. When it comes down to history, America records everything. Why, when you Google slave ships, you only see people on the boats in cartoon images? You only see people on the boats in cartoon images. I want to know, make it make sense. Where do they have one record of our people on ships coming in America? Show me no Roots. That's a movie. Don't tell me about Roots. It's a movie. Jingle. It's a movie. Don't tell me about these slave movies. Because 12 years of slave make a lot of sense. If you watch the movie 12 Years of Slave, that make more sense than the boats. Because they tricked free men into slavery. Free, successful men into slavery. That makes more sense. They stole and captured our people. They brought their guns. They brought their advanced weapons to use against our people. See, why they don't tell you that? That they took the East Coast, they took the West Coast, they took the South, and Brightmore in the house, DZ in the house. Make it make sense, family. Make it make sense. You can find all these, the people on the Titanic ships. You can find all of the pirates, and they got video record of these people, the Italians coming into America. You can actually see the Italians coming in America in the 1800s, the 1900s. You can see them coming here. But why you don't see black people coming here? Why you don't see black people coming here? Why you don't see people of color, melanated copper people coming here? Where's the evidence? Where the evidence? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Oh, where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Come on now. Oh, where they at? Where they at? Where's the evidence? Because we always been here. Because we always been here. You let them people told you they took your language. They took your language. They took everything from you. They beat it out of you. They beat it out of you. They took your language. They took your language and they beat it out of you, family. Now I want you to understand this. I want to make some sense of this. You got Mexicans who came to America illegally, and some of their children been here all their life. Some of them came over here and was separated from their parents. And guess what? Why the Latinos, and they went through indoctrinations, they've been through schools just like us. And why the Latinos still have their language? Why the Latinos can still speak their language? Why when Africans come to America and they come here and they live their life, some of their children live their life here since they were 5 years old, why they still speak their language, family? Why when other people from Honduras come to America, Puerto Ricans come to America, why they don't lose their languages, family? Why they don't lose their language, family? You're gonna tell me that they took your tongues? Woo! You're gonna tell me that they beat it out of you? like they told you that our people, the runaway slaves, they put them on a rope, and they didn't tell you that they were taking land patents. And they would bring their families, and they would dress their families up, and they would sit around and they would stand around our ancestors. Shout out to Tony. That they would stand around and they would sit around and they put our ancestors in the tree because he refused to give up his land. He refused to give up his home, his house, his land, and they told him, you're going to die if you don't give it up. And they hung him in a tree, and they got their children to witness that they stole this man's farmland. Nobody tell you about that. I want people to understand that. Nobody tell y'all that, ghetto child. Nobody talks about that, ghetto child. That the fact that our people were forced to give up their land in debt. And that's how brave our ancestors was. Our ancestors was no punks. They would rather die than give up their land. They would rather die. These are the same people who told you about Uncle Tom. These are the same people told you Uncle Tom is the sellout. These are the same people told you Uncle Tom is the sellout when Uncle Tom was a savior of slaves. He was taking slaves to Canada for freedom. His name was Johannes. These are the same people who made up the story of Christopher Columbus without even telling us about William Penn. And the fact that William Penn was explaining that when he saw the savages, and the savages were dark complexion, that the savages look very similar to the Ethiopians. And if you see Ethiopians, they do have some Ethiopians that look like Americans. Because you got to remember that the story that was told in reverse verse, so hustler, that a lot of you brothers don't want to talk about, that the fact that they took people, that they took Indians, American Indians, to Europe. They don't talk about how they took some of our people to Europe. They took some of our people to Africa. Liberia is a new city in Africa that they made of people that come from here. That prisoners of war, some of our people was brought to the queen. That's how the fleur-de-lis. That's how this symbol on my helmet, on my head, on my hat got to London. That's how it got to Europe. It was a flower. Tell what the symbol. It wasn't a branding. They used it to brand the slaves later on, but it was a symbol of hope. And it was a flower. Do your history and stop talking shit. Somebody told me you wearing the colonizer's hat and not understanding. I know my history of Louisiana, and I know that this is a flower, that the fleur-de-lis is a flower. It's a symbol of hope of Louisiana that our Indians discovered. And they took things from America to bring to their queen. They took things from America to bring to their queen. They use symbols against us. The same symbols. The Confederate flag was the flag of our people. That Confederate flag was the flag of Aborigine people that was turned around, and they hijacked the Confederate flag from our people. Due to history, that Confederate flag was from our indigenous people. Everything that we created, they took away. Everything that we created, they took away. And they used it for bad. It was a Southern thing. But people don't want to talk about that. People don't want to talk about that. You can take anything and turn it bad. You can take anything of good and turn it bad. The Lone Star as well. And you got to understand why you think they were so fast to take the Washington Redskin off the helmet of the national football team. Because it had a black man on that helmet. It had a person of color on that helmet, and it was exposing. It did not make sense to the Native Americans, the Mongols. The Mongols was pissed off. The only tribe that was pissed off was the Mongols. The Seminole tribe was not pissed off. The people in Florida was not pissed off. The only people that was pissed off was the Mongols. And you guys got to understand this. So hustler in the house. Hustler, hustler. Hustler, hustler. Hustler, hustler. Yeah. Oh, le hustler. Oh, le hustler. Oh, le hustler. Hustler, hustler. Yeah, I want people to understand this. I want people to understand this. And when we talk about the Spaniards, there are two different types of Spaniards. There are two different types. The one that come from Spain, that was with the Europeans, one that come from Spain, and one that come from Mexico. One that come from Spain and one that come from Mexico. Yeah. Hustler, hustler. Yeah. You know, I got to shine. You hear me? You know? But, you know, there's a difference of the Latino bloodline because they don't tell you the original Latinos were us. The ones that's in Mexico, the original Mexicans, not Latinos, the original Mexicans were us. The pyramids down in Mexico was us. There's many proofs. There's many proofs. There's many proofs that when the natives came, they said that they did not build the pyramids. If they say that they did not build the pyramids, well, who built the damn things? Who built them? When they migrated over and they came to America, they saw the pyramids already there. The mounds were already there. Show me what Native Americans created in America. Show me what the Native American Mongols created in America. Show me what the Mongols created in America. What have they gave to society in America other than being drunk? Other than being alcoholics on a reservation. Other than being alcoholics on a reservation. Cain and Wolf in the house. I want people to understand this. What have they contributed? Because we got Smokey Robinson. We got Rick James. We got Marvin Gaye. We got Luther Vandross. We got Patti LaBelle, Anita Baker. We got Whitney Houston. I can go on and on. I can go on and on. And you can bring Elvis because Elvis took music from our people. Little Richard, all the songs Little Richard made, Elvis was stealing. The woman, Big Mama, who was singing, "You ain't nothing but a hound dog, barking all the time. You ain't nothing but a..." He stole that shit. He stole that. Motown. Everybody got to salute Motown. Salute Motown. Salute Motown. Where jazz come from? From that boot camp clique. Where jazz come from? Where the blues come from in Tennessee? Where blues? We have made America great. We have made America what it is. Without our soul, without our charisma, there ain't no America. 80% of the NFL is melanated. And 90% of the NBA is melanated. And I want people to understand this. When we talk about what we have contributed, when we want to get into tennis, Serena and all them, when we want to get, we get Serena and Venus. When we want to get in golf, I don't know if we even want to even claim Tiger Woods. But everything we get into, we dominate. Everything. So what have they contributed to America? As they call us thugs, as they call us savages. What have they contributed to America? You know? You know what I'm saying? You know? I like your culture. I like your culture. I'm trying to steal that shit. I'm trying to steal that shit. And y'all don't want to talk about we trying to be them. We trying to be them. How we trying to be them when we didn't even wear the same? Y'all got it twisted. Oh yeah, we like to show our our feathers. Yeah, we wore feathers. But let me tell you something. Our main Aborigine, our main outfits we wore animal skin. We wore we slaughtered animals. We ate the animals. We didn't disrespect the animals. We ate them. We ate the animals, and we wore their skin. Our tribes will hunt. Our tribes will hunt, and we would carve the animals. We would carve them, and we would use them, and that's what we wore. We wore animal skin. Aborigine people wore animal fur. That's what we did. We used to act like we was the birds and shit. Yeah, we speak in tongues because that's another language. Tongues are another language. Okay? And I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? So we ain't gonna talk about how them French people came down, how the France when Spain came before the France, and then the French people came down and they were raping our women. The French men were coming down and they were raping our Aborigine women. That's why a lot of us from Louisiana have French inside of us. That's why a lot of us from Louisiana have French inside of us. I don't deny that. Okay? I don't deny I got a little French in me. You know? But let's just be honest. Let's be honest. You can never dominate. You can never dominate a melanated person. They can never dominate melanin skin. People with one drop of melanated dominates the earth. They will feed our children to gators. These are these people how they're the savages. Y'all wonder why we so fly. Y'all wonder why we so fly. Y'all wonder why we so fly, we so creative. Y'all don't see no other tribes like us. The American Indians in America are just a whole different people. The way we dance, the way we celebrate, the way we do things are totally different. We are the life of the party of the United States. What would this world be without the American Indian? What would this world be without the American Aborigine Indian? What would it be like? Dead as hell. All the comedy, all the shit that we got, you heard me? All that shit. Why you acting funny with all your money? You know what I'm saying? I'm about to lose power, y'all, and I'm about to get out of here. But I want to thank all you guys for coming in and listening to the Big Chief Peanut Nola 504. I am so grateful for you guys. You know what I'm saying? You know, I am so, yeah, Virginia. You know what I'm saying? Do y'all understand that Carlisle, Illinois, right down there, Cairo, Illinois. We have Cairo, Illinois. We have so many mounds up in the Memphis area, in the Tennessee area. We got mounds in Mississippi. We got mounds all. We are the people, the original people of the planet. We are the original people of the planet. Okay. Give me a mink coat or a jacket. That's because you're going back. Well, the reason why you want your mink coat, you're going back to your original self. A lot of times you guys show your original self. You don't be knowing it, but a lot of you guys are going back to your ancestral ways. You're doing some of the same things. Look at Soul Train. Y'all won't talk about y'all damn these girls today. Talking about they out here half dressed. Y'all, some of y'all mamas was half dressed, shaking their ass. It's one thing. I always hate a hypocrite. Some of y'all mamas and was out there and daddies was out there shaking their ass before your ass was shaking your ass. Some of your mamas and daddies was out there dropping it like it's hot. You know, for my wedding, my mama and my mother-in-law was backing that ass up by Juvenile. That was our wedding song, backing that ass up. That was our wedding song, for God's sake. Okay? We just some different people. We just some different people, family. You know what I'm saying? We some different people. So we are unique. And we are beautiful just the way we are. Don't change who you are. Don't change who you are. Get it, get it. We used to have a song, get it, girl. Oh, don't stop. You make me nasty. You make me want. Well, we done. And then now we won't talk about, we won't go around telling these girls don't be shaking it behind. But I just tell them put some clothes on. You know what I'm saying? But they ass be out here. They doing nothing but what their ancestors was doing. Our ancestors was shaking their ass, and all they doing is shaking their ass too. We some shaking their ass type of people. We've been shaking our ass throughout eternity. That's what makes you want to talk. They had a Mongoloid telling me, well, what's y'all dance? Well, what is y'all food? Well, what is your dance? What is your dance? What is your dance? We got many dances. We got many dances. You know what I'm saying? We got many dances. Now what the hell you got? And we got soul food. We got soul food. We got gumbo. We got jambalaya. We got crawfish egg touffee. You know what I'm saying? You cooking pumpkin pie, and we cooking sweet potato pie. We on a whole different level, family. We cook red beans and rice. Y'all eating pinto beans. Y'all eating pinto beans while we making red beans and rice with fried chicken. We eating watermelon. And y'all making fun of us eating watermelon, and y'all eat more watermelon than us. I don't understand how we let other people put us down. I don't understand how we let them degrade us. I don't understand because we so famous and so unique. We so fly. We so fly. What they really want from a nigga. What they really want from a nigga. What they really want. Come on now. You know? What they really want. You know what I'm saying? What they really want. They really want to be like us, but they can't be like us. They really want to be like us, but they can't be like us. You can only, you want to imitate us. You're jealous. You're jealous. Because you're not us. I might not gonna get over 100 people in my chat. The wolf pack, I got the wolf pack in my chat. I enjoy having my 33 in my chat, my 35 in my chat. I might not have the biggest channel. I might not have all these people on the panel. But one thing y'all gonna know about Peanut Nola 504, I keep it real. Y'all might not like everything I say. I might be a little country. I might be a little different. But guess what? I'm me. I'm me, damn it. I'm me. Until you do right by me, your day is gonna be numbered. Until you do right by me. I want you guys to understand that. I'm not here for your money. I'm not here for the views. I'm here for my people. I'm here for the Aborigine people. I didn't come for everybody. I don't have an agenda. I'm here for my people. Because the Aborigine people, the so-called African Americans who don't know who they are, in this land called Turtle Island. Before there was America, we were here. Before 1492, who were you before slavery? Who were you before slavery? Has your existence started in slavery? Godmama in the house. Did your existence started in stop? And I get so sick and tired of us blaming the white man. We blame everybody but us. As many times we give the white man so much energy and we talk about him so much. We glorify him for everything that we've done. When the white man put their foot on our neck, you want to go out and march. Go the fuck out there and march when a stray bullet hit your children in the house while a little girl is sleeping. Go out there and confront the people who terrorize in our neighborhoods. The reason why we can't build tribes today, because some of our people are terrorizing each other. I want to thank everybody. I know I was live today, but I really, truly thankful for you guys. You guys make my channel what it is. And my channel is nothing without you guys. I want to thank you guys for getting me over 2,000 subscribers. I want to thank my TikTok subscribers who follow me on TikTok, who got me almost at 12,000 subscribers. 12,000 followers. I thank you guys for all the love and support. I can't do none of this without y'all. I'm here for my people. I didn't come for everybody. And that's the problem now. We got to understand that people listen to us. Everybody who come in here, they expect to understand that we are a broken nation of people. We have our own problems. And we got a shout out to Moan Fee in the house. And until we understand our problems with ourselves, all the things that we're doing to our own people, the rapes of our women, the rapes of our little boys and girls, the things that are happening to our own people, and we ignore everything. We are more traumatized than any nation of people. We are more traumatized than any nation of people. There's not a more a traumatized nation of people than the Aborigine people of America. When white boys go around and they say they need mental health for killing off schools, it's one way. You don't never see our people out there killing a whole group of people. You don't ever see our people. We kill ourselves. And that's a sad thing. The white man has been programming our minds for so many years. The white man has programmed our minds for so many years that we hate ourselves. Shout out to Godmama in the house.
We hate ourselves. Self-hatred is the main thing that's keeping us down. And until we recognize the things that we are doing to ourselves and stop making excuses why we can't be successful, we'll never be shit. And everybody's going to keep passing us up. We are one nation. We are the Aborigine. And we are going to stick together. We are stronger together than apart. I know I clown and I have a lot of fun. But recognize we got a problem in our community. And no need for us to be fighting amongst each other. Everybody who wear the Aborigine name, we need to stick together. Even though we disagree with each other and different other content creators, we still need to stick together. It's all love, Bright Mo. You know it is. Bright Mo, you've been getting your laugh off of me all day long. You've been getting your laugh off of me. I know I showed my ass today, but you know, that's what Peanut do. You know what I'm saying? I just want to make you guys laugh. I just want to make you guys smile. I want you guys to be encouraged. I want you guys to look, it's okay to laugh sometimes. We are so mean. Why are we so mean? Why are we so stuck up? Why are we so angry? You ought to appreciate waking up every day. Motivate yourself. You cannot love nobody unless you love you first. Once you love you, you will begin to love other people even more. So love yourself. I would like to thank everybody who came in. Brightmore, Moonfee, Thomas, my brother Thomas, Godmama in the house. Godmama been dealing with me we've been following me since a World News Channel. You know what I'm saying? We got a ghetto child in the house, like 504 indigenous warrior in the house, Rainstorm in the house. We got Tony in the house, Copper Color TY in the house, Realize TV in the house, got a ghetto child in the house, Kanan Wolf in the house. He stopped by. Tony in the house. So Hustler in the house. We got we got R.E. in the house, Bronze in the house. So many great content creators, so many content creators in the house. And if I miss your name, please forgive me. If I miss your name, please forgive me. I just want Lisa Lee in the house. Monique Hill in the house. Mr. Evans in the house. We got the Hawk in the house. Big Chief Peacock in the house. We got the Dukes of the Great Lakes in the house. Drag Path 13 in the house. Big Dog Philly in the house. You heard me? Greedy Vegan in the house. The Prince of Petty was in the house. Real Life TV was in the house. Keith Graham, Mine Eyes in the house. Blue Rain in the house. Blue in the house. And that is all in the house. I just wanted to let you know that I see you guys. I see you guys. And remember that this is an Aborigine perspective. The views in the views in the chat may not be the views of Peanut Nola 504 and his Aborigine channel. Remember to like and share this video if you like and share this video. Remember, let's get this video up to 1K. Remember that this was an Aborigine perspective. We did not do an open panel today. I will do that in the future. If you would like to donate something to the channel, you could at my Cash App is Peanut Nola 504. If you would like to, if you don't have it, please share the video. And once again, I would like to thank you guys for getting me over 2K. You know what I'm saying? Let's get me at 3K. We are rolling. The content is getting much stronger. And like I said, I would like to thank all you guys. You guys are so great. Thomas, you guys are so great. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Y'all can see I done got better. I did not allow diabetes to win. I'm getting better each day. I'm getting more healthy and stronger. So thank you guys. You know what I'm saying, for always standing up and keeping me all together. You know what I'm saying. So, I'm 3 years from 50. I'm 47 years old, and one thing about it, you go down from there. You go down here from there. You know what I'm saying. So, you guys have a blessed day. I'm out of here.